Hello everybody, Colin
Hi.
and Silvia here. Silvia used to have dreads, she had them for 3 years.
Now I have silly hair.
Now she has silly hair. So, anyway, we're going to do some questions from this thing and kind of make our own little dreadlock tag video. Try and squeeze it in real quick. The camera keeps getting full, so we have to keep remaking this stupid video. It's annoying, but anyway, here we go. How old are your dreadlocks? Mine are 2 years, 3 or 4 months, I think. And how old were yours?
I had them for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the length of your longest dread and your shortest? My longest one is this one. The shortest one is this one. You can see that. That one and then this one.
Good.
Alright, that's kind of a lame question. You said, what about yours?
Yeah, I had one at the front dreads were really short, maybe like that short, because they kept breaking off. And the longest one down to my bum in the end. But it was extensions.
Down to my
still,
bum.
Down to my bum, in it. I'm not even English, so.
Yeah, you are.
Well.
Blah, 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 blah. What shampoo do you use? I use different ones. Right now I'm using like a full bottle of water, or a little tiny bit, like this much of Bronner's peppermint, and then a little, like 2 pinches of like baking soda. I've used, if you need one that you don't, like if you're scared to try anything, a really safe route to go is the Dreadhead HQ liquid soap. It works really good. What did you use?
I used like Lush shampoo bars, solid, like they look like soap. Or even before that, I just use normal shampoos, which I don't recommend. If you want to just go to Lush and get one of those, or get a recipe from Colin's channel, because I think that is better actually, because I never tried that.
Works good.
Yeah.
Do you do any regular maintenance on your dreads? No. I mean, I wash them twice a week if I can. That's also another question. How often do you wash? Twice a week. Once a week. I've gone months before without washing, which was crazy. I was really busy living in my car in Alabama. Crazy time in my life.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. But maintenance, no. Whenever the loose hair on top, that's the only really loose hair you can see, you know. And then you can see around the hairline when you have your hair pulled back or pulled up. When that gets annoying, like if I have a lot, then I'll pull that in with the small loose hair tool. I've said that a million times, but I'll say it again.
I got one there. Crush it.
What did you do?
Well, when I just put my dreads in, I used to crochet them like every day, which is not good. Don't do that because you're gonna break your dreads. But I used to like do that, then kind of eased up on it, and then used it like crochet it once a week, then once a month, and kind of got like less and less and less maintenance. I used to bleach my dreads, and then palm like rolling, root rolling, all that stuff. I think I just definitely overdid it. In the last year of having dreads, I just stopped doing everything.
Oh, it's gonna die soon.
Oh dear.
It's gonna die.
Okay, well.
When it comes to crocheting, I recommend for the first like 6 months you do it like once a week tops.
Yeah.
And do as little as possible if you have to do it. If not, if you can go without it, go without it, because no matter what you do, your dreads are going to look good with time. If you don't do anything, just separate them after you wash them. They're going to look good with time. They'll be fuzzy, but eventually they lock up really well and they look great. So just be patient. Do as little maintenance as you can. What's a good question? Is there anything? No.
What dreaded YouTubers could you see yourself hanging out in real life?
Yeah.
Yay!
What dreaded YouTubers could you see yourself hanging out with in real life? Silvia, Pete,
Colin, yeah.
Evan, all those people.
I want to meet
hitting
Pete.
Right here. Yeah, Pete's awesome.
That'd be awesome. Because we live in the same country, so we should meet up. Like.
Okay, it's not even far.
Also, yeah, I don't know.
How do you? Oh, we did that one. What method? If you're looking for a method, I recommend using the method that I have a video called How to Make Dreadlocks. If you want to watch that. What's the length? A lot of these questions are kind of dumb. I'll say this.
Is there anything else unique about your appearance other than dreadlocks?
Oh, tattoos and stuff. You guys have seen my tattoos and piercings.
I have no tattoos.
Yeah, right? People always ask this. They say, my hair, I've had dreads for 2 years and like 4 months, 3 months. And my hair when I started, because y'all always ask this freaking question. Listen, my hair was like 5 inches on the front, like down a little bit past my eyebrows, 3 to 4 inches on the side, and 5 inches on the back. 5 on the top and back, 3 to 4 on the sides. And now my dreads are this long. If you want like your dreads to fade as they grow out, I recommend using like I use John Frieda. It's like it's a lightening spray, and every couple weeks I spray them after I get out of the shower, or before I get in the shower I spray them and then blow dry them because the heat helps, and then I do it again immediately after that, and then wash it. And if you do that every so often, it slowly lightens them. So as they grow out, like the part that's the new growth will get just a fresh set or like a fresh coat of like lightening, so it won't be too much lighter. But the parts you've already done will continue to get lighter, so it's like a good fade. If you buy bleach for your dreads, buy good bleach from like a Sally's or a good place, because if you get cheap bleach, you're gonna have to do it a million times, and that's not good. If you're gonna bleach, just do it once.
You know what? But I used to bleach mine. I had like good bleach.
Yeah.
Depends on your hair type as well. Because I
Really?
have ginger undertones. It took me like twice to bleach it
Really?
to white.
To white?
All it all depends on the hair. But yeah, that's a good idea.
Dreads always take forever to bleach. That's crazy. Thank God I don't have like black hair. What's another question someone always asks?
How do you get a job with dreads? I used to get that a lot. Like, where do you have a job? Like, I was like, yeah, I had like one job in the office actually when I had dreads and hand tattoos.
Yeah.
Now I work in Lush cosmetic shop, which is pretty cool. But yeah, well, with you it's pretty different, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a tattoo artist, so they don't really care, obviously.
Yeah, but it so depends on your attitude as well. Like, you know, what skills you have, because, you know, there's my friend's friend, he works in the government, that he had dreads. He got a job with dreads, but obviously if he wanted to carry on, he had to cut them off, unfortunately. But still, they even, you know, sometimes certain jobs, they wouldn't even give you a chance because of the way you look. But
yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
So this is probably we're gonna keep talking. It's probably it's gonna cut off. My battery's showing dead, so when it does, sorry for the unprofessional cutting off randomly. But one question, this guy says 737 Jen always asks, what exactly is palm rolling supposed to do? Really, I think it just, when your hair is frizzy, when I'm like bored throughout the day, if I feel loose hair, I just palm roll it. It kind of makes the loose hair, instead of sticking off, kind of stick to your dread, and gives it a better chance to like rub up against the hair that's already there, tangled, and tangle its way in.
Also shapes them.
Yeah, it shapes them.
It's
like,
more
especially
round.
if you do it after you washed. I would always do it after I washed. Now I don't ever do it because I want them to continue to shrink and be like a little lumpy in some areas. Like, see, this one's kind of zigzaggy. You can kind of see bumps in them a little bit. That light kind of sucks. But yeah, so I like them to do that. But yeah, palm rolling helps. I do have some that are kind of like awkward rectangle roots sections, and they do kind of grow out a little bit flatter on one side, so I palm roll them while they're still wet, and it helps.
Yeah.
Any hair type will dread. It doesn't matter what you have. Literally any hair type. Once your hair gets long enough, is if you're washing it or even not washing it, but if you're like if you jump in salt water, you have long hair, it's gonna tangle up after you get out.
Yeah.
And it's gonna dread on its own. So people always say, like, this question, I'm Middle Eastern descent, really thick hair, is it gonna make a difference? No, your hair will dread well. The more texture you have to your hair, I think it's better.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like the thicker, kind of the stronger dreads you will have.
Yeah.
Because I have like completely like Baltic kind of Scandinavian kind of like really thin blonde hair.
Yeah.
It dreaded fine. I have friends with like very thick black, you know, straight hair. It dreaded fine. Like it's
I think it'd be perfect to be like really textured hair, really wavy, and then or curly, and then really thick, because then you could have smaller sections with bigger dreads. Even though you have smaller sections in a lot, that'd be awesome.
I did dreads to my like friend. She's from Italy. She has thick wavy hair. Oh, her dreads they're gonna look perfect. They're very new compared to her. I might make a video like with her one day.
What's the downfall of having dreads? Now that mine are starting to get longer, when I eat, sometimes if I have them down, they get in my mouth.
Yeah.
They're still not. I don't really get like really overly hot with them, but if I do, I just pull them back. It's not a big issue. It's really the only downfall. If you're really self-conscious of what people think of you, maybe don't get dreads, or maybe get dreads so you can get over that, because people definitely stare at you all the time.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
did you have issues with eating too?
I had quite a few times, but you just get used to it. You just sort of pull them up before you eat, and I think it's just like sometimes I used to have like I would be on the escalator and people would just touch my hair, like behind me, just start like without my permission. Yeah,
really?
Quite a few times, specifically in London, so that's kind of a bit weird, but it's not a downfall. It's just
How do you cut your dreads shorter? I haven't done that yet, and honestly, I'm not looking forward to it because I like the way mine taper out, and then when I cut them, I think I might comb them out as much as I can, then cut off a lot of that hair, and then dread it back to the tips, and hopefully the tips won't mature again and do that. I don't know if I'll just cut them off. I've done that with people before, helped them do that, and I didn't really like the way it looked, but that's what they wanted, so. Did you ever cut yours or trim yours?
No. If anything, I extended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy asked about dread wraps. The only thing I have to say about dread wraps is you have to be careful because they hold water longer than other dreads, and the wrap will be dry and your dread will be wet inside. It can build mold. Did you ever wrap any of yours?
I didn't, but I knew people did. But some people did. You can wrap them. If you wrap them completely very, very tight, of course that could hold water. But if you tie it like kind of zigzaggy, that could work.
Yeah, that works better.
You know, like
So I had one that I had wrapped a while back. It was red and white striped, and it was cool. But when I took it off, the dread was thinner. It was weaker in that area, and it took a little while to tighten back up.
Oh yeah, so have to be
careful. That kind of
sucked.
How to style dreads for a white dude. Let's look up dreadlock styles. Mine aren't really super long to do tons of styles yet, but you can find videos over that. Look up Evan. What's her name? Eveypoo, Eveypoo. She has a video over doing her dread styles. But there's Hazorgzilla has a video over dread styles. A bunch of people. Just look up dread styles.
Yeah.
For white dread styles, something like that.